As people know, that late last night, actually, as I recall, it was sometime in the wee hours of this morning, I introduced the bipartisan, bicameral fiscal year 2023 Omnibus Appropriations Bill. This bill invests $772.5 billion in non-defense discretionary programs, including $118.7 billion, which is a 22% increase for VA medical care, and $858 billion in defense funding. That medical care is $118.7 billion, not million. It provides $44.9 billion in emergency assistance to Ukraine and NATO allies, $40.6 billion in emergency funding to assist communities across the country recovering from drought, hurricanes, flooding, wildfire, natural disasters, and other matters, something the kind of disaster that doesn't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. It hits America. The pain of inflation is real. It's felt by the federal government and the American people. We offer relief, certainly for the operations of the federal government through the fiscal year, the resources necessary to secure the national defense, and from funding for nutrition programs and housing assistance to home energy costs and college affordability. This is a strong bill. It directly invests in the American people, and I think it shows the effect of the weeks, actually months, that we work day and night and into the weekends to get it done. This is the product of bipartisan negotiations in line with the framework announced by Vice Chair Shelby, Chair DeLauro, and myself last week. It fulfills the promise of bipartisan landmark legislation we passed this year. So if you voted for the PACT Act to care for our veterans, then you should vote for this bill. If you voted for the CHIPS Act, you should vote for this bill. If you voted for the infrastructure law, you should vote for this bill. If you want to help families deal with the cost of heating, childcare, college, and housing, you should vote for this bill. If you actually want to fund the troops and the families at the level of the NDAA, you should vote for this bill. If you want to help the victims of domestic violence, vote for this bill. If you want to support law enforcement, vote for this bill. I'll have more to say about the bill tomorrow, but our choice is clear. Because the alternative, a continuing resolution in the new year, is short-sighted, wholly unnecessary, imperils our national security, ignores the real pain and consequences of inflation. It will actually cost the taxpayers billions of dollars more. So we've got to get going. I'll put the rest of this in the record, and I ask unanimous consent the joint explanatory statement accompanying the Consolidated Appropriations Act 2023 be printed in the congressional record.
Without objection.
I yield the floor.